All right, guys, so in this episode of why I am taking the first Elon Musk rocket ship straight to Mars so that we can start a new civilization, because I am losing hope, right, on planet Earth, right? We have a woke story out of Los Alamitos, California, okay, that involves a science camp that allegedly allowed biological males to sleep in the same cabin as fifth grade girls. Now, the parents of these fifth grade girls, they got upset, right? They're outraged about this for obvious reasons, okay? So before I get into that, I just want to let you guys know that if you like my channel and you want to support my channel, the way to do so is using the links in the description below. You can support the Patreon, you can support the PayPal, you can support the merch. There are multiple ways to support the channel if you would like to do so. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll this clip about these parents being outraged about this camp sacrificing common sense in the name of wokeness. Take a look.
Micah, the parents tell us that their children came home from camp. They were asking a lot of questions about gender and pronouns. The parents then reached out to the camp director, who told them that counselors, biological males who identify as they, them, are permitted to spend the night in cabins with the young girls. In the parking lot of Weaver Elementary School in Los Alamitos, a group of parents,
no parent should feel the way I feel after knowing what could have happened to my daughter.
Upset by the sleeping arrangements at a school-organized science camp.
I contacted the school and I asked them if they were able to confirm that there was not a man actually sleeping in the same cabin as the girls. They were not able to confirm that.
The parents say their fifth grade girls told them some of the biologically male counselors at Camp Pali in San Bernardino identified as they, them, and spent 3 nights sleeping in cabins with the young girls.
They're asleep, they use the shower, they go to the restroom.
Camp Pali confirms, per California state law, we place staff in cabins they identify with. Parents say they're not accusing anyone of a crime, but they are angry the school district did not let parents know about the policy. A spokesperson told us the district takes all complaints and concerns seriously and is currently investigating. These parents say they just want others to be informed of the policy so they can make decisions for their own families.
It's awful that children had to even experience this in fifth grade camp. If I was aware of it and I had initialed something saying that this was going to be done at this outdoor science camp, I would have kept my child home.
Yeah, so those parents insist that they should have been informed about this policy before they sent their kids off to camp. And now they want the school district to step up. They want them to inform the parents of the hundreds of other kids who were also on that trip. We're live tonight, Los Alamitos. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Sharon, Micah, back to you.
All right, guys, so as you see there, that is the obvious case of wokeness overcoming common sense. Now, here's the thing. I gotta be really careful talking about this type of topic on YouTube, okay? Because, you know, I don't want YouTube to think I'm saying things that I'm not actually saying, right? And I just want to be clear about this. I'm not accusing these camp counselors of doing anything whatsoever or having any type of bad intentions or anything like that. I'm not accusing them of anything like that, okay? I'm pretty sure they had the best interest of those children at heart and that they were there to help, you know, facilitate the learning of those kids. It's not really even about them, okay? It's about the fact that whoever is running that camp, right, the school district that is responsible for that camp, basically not using common sense and separating adults from sleeping in the same cabinet as kids, period, right? Period, okay? It's not even about the whole non-binary thing at this point for me. It's just about why are you letting adults, man or woman, really, sleep in cabins with children. Now, here's the thing. At night, obviously, you need an adult to be up, okay, and to monitor the cabin, which they can do from the outside. And if there's some disturbance on the inside of or one of the kids come out, you know, and they need an adult, obviously, that's a different situation in which the adult goes in and they check out what's going on. But just in general, right, I think that you shouldn't have adults sleeping in the same cabin as kids, okay? Anytime I went on a field trip or did something when I was younger, okay, involving kids and adults were always separated from the kids, okay? They weren't sleeping in the same facility, right? So in my opinion, again, the outrage should be about, okay, well, why are adults sleeping in the same cabin as kids, period, right? Period. Now, and then on top of that, why were parents not told? Why were they not told explicitly that, hey, we're going to have adults sleeping in the same cabin as your children? Not only that, because of California's law and because of who we employ, we may also have, biologically male adults sleeping in the same cabinet as well, right? That should have been told to the parents up front. That should have been in bold, right? That should have been in bold. That should have been one of the things they went out of their way to make sure that these parents understand, right? And like one of those parents said, I guarantee you, if most parents knew that that's what was happening, okay, they wouldn't let their kid go, right? Their kid wouldn't have went, which is probably part of the reason why the school didn't say anything about it, right? They don't think it's a big deal. They think that this stuff is just totally normal, that parents are just going to be fine with it, okay, until parents actually find out, because a lot of these kids are smart, right? These kids aren't dumb, right? These kids know when something is wrong, okay? And, I find it interesting because I literally did a video a few days ago about this person who basically made the argument that, women who are uncomfortable with men in their locker rooms, they have internalized misogyny. Okay, so according to this person's argument, these little 5th grade girls have internalized misogyny because the reason why the parents found out is because they came home to the parents and said, hey, we have these questions about pronouns. We have these questions about gender. And then that's when the conversation came up. Obviously, it was a situation that was uncomfortable for them, or put it this way, it was a situation that was thought-provoking enough for them to tell their parents about it, right? To ask their parents questions, okay? So again, do these little girls have internalized misogyny because some of them may have been uncomfortable with the sleeping situation there? I'm just saying. That's what some people will argue. But I would argue that, yeah, it's natural for young girls to have those questions, right? Because they know that it's not right for them to be sleeping in a cabin in the same vicinity as somebody that's not the same biological sex as them. They know that, right? They're smart enough to understand that, okay? So, like I said, man, situations like this, it's just really ridiculous because it could be avoided on so many levels because first and foremost, again, you shouldn't have adults, period, sleeping in the same cabinet as children, right? You have one or two outside the cabin that monitor what's going on and make sure everything's good, okay? And if they have to go in, they have to go in for whatever reason, but they shouldn't necessarily be sleeping in there. They should be sleeping in a separate facility, period, right? That's how you avoid this type of stuff. That's how you avoid it. But again, we have a situation in which, common sense goes out the window in the name of wokeness, right? Because I don't care what the California state law says. That's not an excuse for you to allow adults to sleep in the same cabinet as children, period, right? So that's BS. That's BS. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.